Wenn euch ein Lied so gut gefällt, dass ihr euch darin verliebt, kein anderes Lied mehr hören könnt und es dann aber nicht gewinnt, den Vorentscheid oder die nationale Auswahl, das Finale, whatever, ihr dürft traurig sein, ihr dürft es bedauern, das gewinnende Lied auch nicht mögen. Jeder ESC-Fan kennt's, das ist alles okay. Aber eines, das geht gar nicht.
Hass. Weil der nimmt wirklich auch in der ESC-Community in den letzten Jahren schon massiv zu, ist zumindest mein Eindruck.
Ja.
Spott und Häme hat's ja immer gegeben. Ich bin ja ein Kind der 80er und 90er und ich kann mich noch an den Ruf des ESCs erinnern damals. Und das war schon noch Spott und Häme zum Teil. Aber dass Menschen heute direkt, nämlich in direkter Kommunikation durch die sozialen Medien, so mit Hass und auch mit persönlicher Diffamierung konfrontiert werden, das ist schon wegen diesen sogenannten sozialen Medien so.
Ja, daher unser Appell auf jeden Fall, also supportet euren Lieblingssong, eure Lieblingsacts. Ich finde, der ESC, da findet man immer so viele tolle neue Musikkünstler und das ist eigentlich der Grund, warum ich's schaue. Macht das bitte einfach auch so, erzählt, warum ihr ihn in Wien hören wollt, supportet eure Acts eben, aber Hass geht einfach gar nicht, also sowohl auf Social Media als auch wo auch immer. Genau, ihr könnt sagen auch, warum ein Song euch nicht gefällt. Das ist Geschmack, man kann sich auch da gut unterhalten drüber und das ist auch irgendwie der Spaß am Song Contest, aber hört auf, quasi andere Geschmäcker und andere Menschen deswegen zu hassen, weil it's not that deep.
Genau. Und dein Geschmack ist nicht stellvertretend für die anderen Geschmäcker auf dieser Welt. Ja, es ist deiner, der gehört dir. Ja. Und denk doch daran, manche, die da auf der Bühne stehen und einen Song singen, die sind teilweise noch Teenager. Das sind ganz junge Leute. Ich glaube, unsere Hörer und Hörerinnen wissen es eh. Ich glaube, unsere Hörerinnen sind ja die coolen. Ja. Aber und auf der richtigen Seite. Aber irgendwie denke ich mir, es ist doch eine wichtige Botschaft, die man auch verbreiten soll. Und es gibt sogar eine wirklich schöne Botschaft, nämlich:
Der Song bleibt, also auch wenn er den Vorentscheid nicht gewinnt, whatever, der Song bleibt euch ja genauso erhalten. Ihr könnt ihn streamen, das Video rauf und runter schauen, Fangirl, Fanboy, Konzerttickets kaufen. Ja, der Song ist wie gesagt nicht weg, nur weil er eben Zweiter, Fünfter, Letzter, whatever geworden ist. Er gehört euch, er gehört uns, egal wie die Abstimmung ausgeht. Merci, Chérie, der Eurovision Song Contest Podcast aus La Valletta, Luxemburg, Frankfurt und Wien.
Mir gegenüber sitzt Simon Graser.
Mein Vis-à-vis ist Markus Schreuder.
Und das Thema heute, Mother Bella.
Ja, die Vorausscheidungssaison ist schon wieder zu Ende, Marco. So schnell ging das.
Also mir kam der dieses Jahr viel kürzer vor als sonst irgendwie. Ja. Wir hatten ja dann im Dezember schon Montenegro und Albanien und dann war ja lange nichts. Ja.
Ja.
Sanremo war dieses Jahr auch viel später als üblich, ja. Wegen der Olympischen Spielen. Ja, ich hatte irgendwie, mir kommt vor, es gab viele, aber ich habe gar nicht so viele gesehen.
Ja, stimmt, das hat sich teilweise ein bisschen zusammengestaut. Also dann irgendwie mit 6 Selections an einem Tag und so. Also ja, ist dann viel zusammengefallen, glaube ich auch. Ja.
Aber darüber plaudern wir nachher noch, würde ich vorschlagen. Ja.
Voll.
Und es gibt auch noch Simons kleine Song-Contest-Geschichte am Schluss.
Heute geht es um einen Mann, der mehrmals den Vorentscheid gewonnen hat, aber trotzdem nie zum ESC gefahren ist.
Jetzt weiß ich nicht, wen du meinst. Ich bin schon gespannt. Bleibt dran, so wie ich. Ja, ihr habt schon zu Beginn gehört, die Episode heute kommt aus Frankfurt und La Valletta, obwohl wir zwei Wiener hier jetzt sitzen. Ja. Das haben wir Sonja zu verdanken. Sie hat für bleistiftrocker.de Aidan aus Malta getroffen und das Interview hört ihr jetzt auch hier im Podcast. Gebell.
We are on our way to Eurovision 2026 in Vienna, and so is my guest today, because he will stand on the big stage and represent Malta. It's Aidan. Hello, nice to see you.
Hello, nice to see you as well. Hope you're well.
I am.
And very thank you for this interview.
Yeah, thanks for talking to me. And we are now almost 3 weeks after Malta Eurovision Song Contest, the national final. How has your life changed?
Already 3 weeks. My life hasn't changed a lot, except that now after my name, there is Malta everywhere I go, and Eurovision, and that I am the winner of the Malta Eurovision 2026. I mean, I've already had a very busy schedule before Eurovision, and now it will only get even much more busy. But busy is good. I like that. I mean, the emotions so far has been amazing. Getting the opportunity to meet the other Eurovision artists, the Eurovision fans. A few days ago, I was in Bulgaria. I performed at the Bulgarian national final, and it was so great to start meeting the other people. I met Alice from Albania and Dara, the winner in Bulgaria, and it's going super great so far.
So what were you talking about? All about Eurovision?
Who, to Alice and Dara?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not really. I had the opportunity to speak with Alice in a longer evening, I would say, and we talked about Albania, we talked about Malta, we talked about the music industry there, music industry in Malta. We talked about the Eurovision preparations. We talked about food. We talked about his family and my family. It was really nice. It was really nice getting to know him, and I'm looking forward to the next trip together.
And of course, I'm going to ask you about your song. What is Bella about?
So the idea of Bella came when I wanted to re-enter Eurovision. It was written for Eurovision. I wanted a song that lives on stage, not just for radio, and not just for Spotify and for YouTube, not just for streaming platforms, but something that on stage can be delivered well. And that's what Bella does, really. The last couple of years, I've seen a need at Eurovision for something which is real, something which is honest, something which comes from the heart, something which is organic. And that's when Bella was born. It is a cocktail of languages. It features 3 languages, mostly the English and Maltese language. It's been 54 years since we've had the Maltese language at Eurovision, so I'm very honored that I get to be the one representing the country and bringing our national language to the big stage. It feels so great, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, last year Malta almost brought one word in Maltese, but it was cut out. This time there are some lines. Can you explain to those of us who don't speak Maltese, what are you singing about in these lines?
Well, the whole song is, there's no lyrics to the song. I would say it's a poem. It's a sort of poem. The whole song is a metaphor that basically I'm saying that even though this beautiful thing that I had in hand ended and there's nothing left, yet how beautiful can those moments be? We all have those moments in life, throughout our life, where you're just serene with yourself and you feel like you're in heaven, and it's just a beautiful moment. And with Bella, we're recalling all those beautiful moments, whether in a relationship, whether it's with your family, whether alone, whether it's in a city, whether it's in a trip, whether at home. And that's what Bella is about, those beautiful moments that even though they ended, even though there's nothing left of them, just the thought of them is Bella, is how beautiful. And in the Maltese lyrics, I'm basically saying that I pity those who are like me. I pity those who are like this. You won the battle. I lost everything. Yet, how beautiful, yeah, Bella. It's a very deep thought if you think about it.
You already mentioned that it was written for Eurovision. So first of all, for the national final, but also for the big Eurovision stage. And in the songwriting credits, there's also a familiar name to Eurovision viewers because Sara Bonici played a role in writing it. Can you tell me about the writing process of Bella?
Yeah, so I've been friends with Sara for a long number of years. I've known her for 16 years, around 16 years, since we were kids. And the last few couple of months, I had the opportunity to write with her. We sat in the studio writing some songs for Sarah, writing some songs for myself, and just having fun and writing and see what can come up in the studio. I mean, Sarah's a great musician, and we kind of built that kind of relationship in the studio. And when it comes to Bella, I had the idea of Bella already, and the concept and the melody in the chorus was already there. And then I was in the studio with Sarah and the Dutch producer, Joep. It was the first time working the three of us together, and my first time also with Joep. And Bella was born. And the funny thing is that we had to go through a longer process of creating the song, because all the instruments in Bella are played live. So we had to record a real live orchestra for it. It was recorded in Bulgaria with the Bulgarian National Radio Symphony Orchestra, full orchestra. And then it was mixed in Italy and mastered in the US. So I'm hoping I do get some point from the rest of the world vote.
So if Bella is a song that was written for the stage, of course, we will have to talk about staging. We already saw a spectacular staging at the national final. Are you going to keep it like this, or how many adjustments do you need to make?
Well, the resources at Vienna are not the resources at the national final in Malta. So of course the staging has to be elevated at some points. We are also working with a team of great people behind some of the most iconic stagings at Eurovision. So I'm very happy with my team, and I'm very happy with what we're creating so far. I mean, it's been only 3 weeks since I won the national final, but the day after we went straight through it. We went ahead with the preparations and started working on the Vienna staging already. I do want to keep as much elements as close to the one in Malta, as close to the one at MESC and the national final. But as I said, the performance has to be elevated. You know, there is room for elevation there. And I can't wait to see it live on stage.
You tried to get the Maltese ticket for Eurovision before. You participated in the national final multiple times. Where does your fascination for Eurovision come from?
The first time that I watched Eurovision was back in 2007. We had sent the entry called Vertigo with Olivia Lewis. That was the first time that I was fascinated and surprised with this big show. Like, what's happening? You know, it was like magic to me. So people at that age, at 7 years old, usually get that feeling when they go to Disneyland. But I got it watching the Eurovision. So I kind of made it a pact with myself that I have to be the one on stage one day. And it's been a dream ever since, really. It's been a childhood dream. And now that I get to do it, you know, it's like I'm living the best time of my life. You know, I've been working for this, so being there, being here, doing this interview it means a lot, you know.
And so, because you are kind of a Eurovision expert, I will have to ask you, why are we still waiting for Malta's first win?
Why are we still waiting? I don't know. I don't know. It's Europe. What are you doing? No, we were very close. 3 or 4 times. We were very close to winning. I have to say, not in recent years. The last time that we have gotten a great result was in 2005, 21 years ago, with Angel and Chiara. 2nd place, very close. Another 2nd place, 2002, with Ira Losco, and 7th wonder. I have to say, these are songs that are still being played in Malta till this day. You know, they're kind of iconic. and both Chiara and Ira, and also Mary Spiteri from the 90s. They're like Eurovision legends to us, Eurovision queens. So, I mean, the win is important. We are there to win, because it's a competition. But, I mean, the opportunity for me as an artist to be able to share my music in this way, to be part of Eurovision, to be part of the Eurovision family and the community, is just so precious, and it means a lot, as a Eurovision fan and as an artist myself. I mean, we're gonna hope for the best, we're working hard to achieve a great result, but it does not just depend on our work. It just doesn't depend on me, So I'm working hard to give a great performance, and we'll see.
So at home in Malta, you're like a big star already with #1 singles and big crowds at your concert. Do you think Eurovision can be like a kickstart for an international career, maybe?
Well, I mean, it is the biggest platform, so I do hope that I will gain something from it in terms of exposure. We have seen already an increase in my listeners and an increase in my followers. I mean, before Eurovision, before the national final, and even in the first few weeks, first few days. So I do hope that it will be an opportunity for me to share my music with Europe.
So there might be an international audience just seeing you at Eurovision and seeing you first time with the song Bella. Does this represent the style of music you're usually making?
Well, it's not the usual music that I have put up so far. My latest single, Taste, which I released right before the national final, gives a hint of what's to come in my next album, which comes out on the 20th of March, and it's called Cowboys Don't Cry. With this new album, which is my second full album, I wanted, again, something real, something organic. We are living in a world of AI, plastic, really. We are living in the world of pop, and everything is being thrown at us. News every day, flash news every day, and bombarded with social media posts and this kind of information. And with my new album, I wanted something which feels real and which takes us back to an age where you can appreciate the real music behind it. So my new album is all about real music. I would say that Bella is the most cinematic one. I do have some other songs which leans onto the Bella world, but Bella is the most powerful and most cinematic track in my album. But yeah, I mean, it is a representation of what I am today. It is not a representation of Aidan from Ritmo, yes, but it is a representation of what I am doing today, who I am today as an artist. I'm now 26. I've matured as an artist. I matured as a singer. I matured in life in general. We all grow up. We all change the way we think. We all change the way what we like in music and what we do in everyday life. So Bella, yes, it represents me today.
And so you were one of the first acts to be chosen with a song ready. So now we have quite a lot of time until Vienna. What's on your schedule for the next 3 months?
Yes, I'm very lucky that at first I was like, why is MESC happening so early? But then it hit me, and it's in my favor actually, because we have much more time to work on the performance for Vienna. We have much more time to promote the song. We're gonna keep ourselves very, very busy during these times. We started already a few days ago with in Bulgaria. I had the opportunity to sing the song there during the national final. And I do hope that I get to have more of these opportunities to share my song with the world. as I said, we're going to keep ourselves very, very, very busy and working very hard.
Are you following the other national finals?
I usually follow to detail. Unfortunately, I'm not having much time to follow. I've listened to most of the songs. I've listened to Ukraine songs, to Greece songs, to the Serbian songs, and of course, I have some favorites as well. But I'm not. I've listened to the first two hits from Mello. But sadly, I don't have the time to watch the show in full, watch the national finals in full. I hope that changes in a way, so I get to have some time and watch the other national finals. But I mean, the most beautiful thing from this is that whoever wins in these national finals I will get to meet very, very soon. So as a Eurovision fan, that's an incredible thing. I'm going to be part of the family now. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing to experience.
And as a Eurovision fan, I think I already know the answer, but are we going to see you at the pre-parties?
Well, I'm gonna have to be there. I mean, it's the most beautiful thing to meet with the community, to meet with the Eurovision fans and with the other artists. So yes, you'll see me at some pre-parties. Yes. All
right. So I'm done with my questions.
Great.
Thanks for talking to me, Aidan.
Thanks so much.
See you in Vienna.
Thank you for your time. Yeah, see you there. Thank you for your time.
Marco, du wirst beim Erscheinen des Podcasts auch mit Eva Marija gesprochen haben, die Luxemburger Teilnehmerin 2026.
Und es klappte danach. Ihr hörte sie. We have Eva Marija with us from Luxembourg. Welcome to Vienna.
Hello, hello.
I just live 3 minutes from the Stadthalle where you will be on stage very soon.
Wow, no way. Amazing.
Yes.
Super, how do you say, super schön is in Luxembourgish, but super gut, yeah?
Well, if you switch the languages, that already fits to my first question I have for you.
Okay. Super schön, right?
Super schön?
Sorry. No, nee.
I don't know. I don't speak Luxembourgish, so I can only speak German with you. But this is an interesting question because you are born in Luxembourg. Your parents are from Slovenia.
Exactly.
You study and live in London, right?
Yes, kind of. So I'm between Luxembourg and London right now, mostly in Luxembourg now because of the whole project, Eurovision project. But yes, I was born and grew up in Luxembourg, and then at 17 I moved to London, and now I'm back in Luxembourg. And also, even though I was born here, my parents are Slovenian, and so we still keep a lot in touch with Slovenia. And in fact, Vienna isn't even that far away from Slovenia. No. So I think it's around 2-3 hours with the car. And so I've been there quite a few times already. My German is not the best, but ich verstehe. Ich verstehe Deutsch.
Du verstehst.
Yeah.
So,
I try my best.
in which country do you feel at home?
I would say I probably feel the most at home in Luxembourg. But no, I would take that back. I think I feel at home in both countries for different reasons. So in Luxembourg, this is where I went to school, where I grew up, where I started doing music. I think in terms of the culture of people and of life of the city and of the countryside, I perhaps know this better. Like I know Luxembourg like the back of my hand, because I spent most of my life here. But Slovenia is for my family, and I always like to go there for holidays. So it's more of like, I never went to school there or work there, so I don't know that experience of Slovenia, but I do know that family side. And I think it's interesting because I feel like when you have two cultures, you can take the best of both. Yeah.
I know it exactly. I'm born Dutch. I live in Austria, and I go home and I go home.
Amazing! Wow! Yeah, literally.
Yeah. But in which language do you count and dream?
Depends. Depends. I think now also because I've been a lot around Luxembourgish and French speakers in the last few months especially, I feel like I even started dreaming in French and Luxembourgish. But depends on what I'm dreaming about. If I'm dreaming about my English-speaking friends and my English-speaking colleagues, it's in English. If it's about my family, it's in Slovenian. And if it's about RTL, it's in French or Luxembourgish. So it's quite funny, but it's a good mix. And yeah, it depends on what country I am. I think now that I was in London a lot, I dreamt a lot more and counted a lot more in English. But if I'm away in Slovenia for the holidays for a while, for the summer, then I start thinking more in Slovenian. It's weird. Yeah,
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Exactly.
When I research, of course, your biography, I mean, you have the best storytelling coming to Eurovision because your musical career is combined since your childhood with Eurovision. That's such a beautiful story. It's Alexander Rybaks, right? Tell me the story.
Yes. No, it's actually a really full circle moment. And kind of a pinch me moment, just really because of that. Because when I was 3 years old, that's my earliest memory of Eurovision, is when Alexander Rybaks won with his song Fairy Tale in 2009. And I became so in love with him. I remember I would draw fan mail, fan art. I think my mom sent it to his label or management, but I don't think he probably got so much fan mail when he won that he didn't see. But actually now, So actually I started playing the violin because of him. I convinced my parents. I said I would love to sing and play the violin. And that kind of sparked my first love for music. And then the rest was just history. And I became more and more in love with the craft. And now I get to have my own song with where I sing, but I also play the violin. And I get to go to Eurovision with it, which is crazy. And also, oh my gosh, this was like the biggest fan moment for me. But I found out that Alexander Rybaks knows who I am now. And he followed me on Instagram and we chatted a bit on there. And I felt so crazy. I felt like, wow, I was screaming when I first saw like, Rybaks official followed you. And I was like, no way.
It's changing now. He gets a fan of you.
Crazy. No, but I'm still a fan of him. I think it's hard. I think it's hard to compare because I grew up with him, really.
Yeah. Did you watch the Norwegian national final, the Melodi Grand Prix?
I couldn't watch it because I had something the same evening, but I was following the results. And
were you sad that he didn't make it? Because, I mean, you had the chance to be on the same stage with him this year, but you came second.
To be fair, like, I think... I love the Norwegian song that came this year, the Ya 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 Ya, or Yo Yo Yo.
Yeah, I don't know exactly anymore.
Yeah, I think it's Ya Ya Ya, and it's really cool. I love it. He gives like rocker vibes. So I'm happy for him, you know. And at the same time, of course, I'm like, oh, it could have been cool, but I also know that Alexander Rybaks has been on Eurovision twice, so I think it will be hard not to meet him. I think he's also going to be in Vienna in May, so... In terms of meeting him and having a good and vibing with him, I think there will be a chance for that. And it seemed like he was also happy to give, you know, to take his second place and give light to also younger or new artists, which is really cool. And that's also what I love about this whole community of Eurovision artists, or just artists in general, right? Where you get to support each other no matter what happens, right? Winning at the end is not the biggest victory. It's more about the people that you meet and how we can meet each other through this, really.
If you plan your musical career, do you prefer to focus on singing or do you prefer to focus on playing the violin?
Like if I can only choose one, which one would I choose? I think I could not choose either or. I think they're both a big part of my life and my growing up, but actually I would choose a third thing, which I think is present in both, and that is storytelling. And I think a lot of people often don't realize that that's such a big part of this music craft, is storytelling. And I think the violin shows that's something that I would choose over anything. Even if I had a voice crack on stage, if I was storytelling the song and the story, I would be happy. And even if I was off pitch with my violin, if you could feel the emotions when I played it, then that's what's important. Of course, I don't know if that answers your question correctly. Maybe I went a bit too philosophical, but I think that's also the reason why I could not choose just one, because both of them have such a storytelling part, and I like them and I love them both for different reasons.
It would be funny, though, if you would enter Eurovision and singing and playing the violin, and then you enter Eurovision Young Musicians with the violin, you win that.
Imagine. Oh, like this, if I just come with the violin?
Yes, there's Eurovision Young Musicians as well. The current winner is an Austrian.
No way.
Yeah,
okay,
he plays the violin.
Young musicians. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, now
there's a Eurovision Young Musicians. Yeah.
Okay, then I have to look into that. But I think I might be stronger with doing both. I don't know.
I think it fits you to do both. It fits you to do both.
I think so. I just think both are such a big part. I can't lose one, let's say.
Your song is called Mother Nature. If you have to explain the song to someone who didn't hear it yet, would you explain your song?
Yeah, so we wrote it at the songwriting camp in June, and when I came into the room, at that moment there was a lot of new things happening. I had moved abroad. I was living abroad, away from my family, but also I had this chance of potentially going to Eurovision, and I was like, wow, so many things. People are like recognizing slowly my craft that I've been crafting for a few years, and I was like, wow, okay, this is becoming more of a reality. But one thing that was really important to me, and that was like to stay grounded, that no matter what happens, whether I go to Eurovision, whether I don't, that I stay myself and that I stay grounded and that I stay true to myself. So I suppose Mother Nature is more of like a metaphor for staying grounded, through looking through hope in every situation, for looking to something positive in every situation. And again, I was also a nature kid when I was small. And I think nature, not only is it a good metaphor, but it's also a really good representation of, a physical place that you can go to whenever you are in trouble or worrying. No matter what country you're in, you can find some nature. And also, in going back to your question earlier, what do I feel more, Slovenian or Luxembourgish? That's also a thing that I think you grow up as an international kid, is you kind of wonder, where am I really from, in Luxembourg, I'm Slovenian. In Slovenia, I'm Luxembourgish. I'm always a bit of both. But then I realized, well, one thing that all these countries have in common is nature, and it's the one place where I feel at home no matter where I am, and that keeps me grounded. And that is what the song is about. Yeah.
Great. We really look forward to hear the song here in Vienna on stage. We are very curious about the staging, of course. Will it differ from the Luxembourgish Song Contest?
It will be inspired, but it will differ. Yeah. I think now I know a bit more about it, but I can't say too much, but it will differ.
Of course you can't.
It will be, I think, elevated. That I can say.
That sounds promising, Eva Marija. We have 3 questions at the end, so we ask every guest. So you have to answer this as well. Which song from Eurovision 2025 is still on your playlist?
Bara Bara Vastu.
Bara Bara Vastu.
I love Bara Bara Vastu. Lighter by Kyle Alessandro. I listen to that one every time I feel a little like down and I need to feel like hype, But I feel like there's so many good songs from last year.
I see. You have a weakness for Norwegian songs.
I don't know what it is with those guys, I think the one thing about Kyle's song also, there is some violin in it. I don't know if you notice.
Yes.
It's also really cool.
It.
Yeah.
What is your favorite memory when you think of the Eurovision Song Contest?
Besides
Alexander Rybaks.
I was going to say, Like, do you want me to answer the same? I think the fact that every year there's just so many different cultures and that you see all of them shining and you see all the stereotypes and also some things that you wouldn't expect one country to have. Like, I don't know, when you see like all the countries, you know, just doing their own thing. And I don't know, last year when Estonia had Italian in the song,
yes,
right? That was like, oh, okay. I'm like, there's always something that surprises you, you know? And that's my favorite memory each year, I think.
And the last question, what is your all-time favorite Eurovision entry?
Okay, well, you know the answer, I think.
Alexander Rybaks, Fairy Tale.
I have to go with Fairy Tale. Yeah, I have
of course.
to. This is it's the reason why I started music, so I cannot say no to that.
It's such a lovely story, and you're such a lovely woman. We really look forward to see you here in Vienna. Thank you very much, Eva Marija.
Thank you, and thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Yes, of course. We love it. And as we say in our podcast with the first Eurovision winning song, Merci, Chérie.
Ah, merci, Chérie.
Merci, Chérie plaudert. Wir haben es schon angekündigt über die Vorentscheidssaison 2026.
Ja, es ist irgendwie komisch, gell, wenn das dann zu Ende geht und jetzt weißt du musst, das ist immer so eine dieser Highlights, nicht? Da gibt's die Bekanntgabe der Stadt, dann gibt's die Vorentscheidssaison, dann gibt's die Pause, die wir mit Merci Jurys überbrücken und dann gibt's die Eurovision-Wochen, ja. Und dazwischen gibt's ja immer diese Ruhe vor dem Sturm und diese Ruhezeit kommt jetzt, wo die dann in ihren Studios proben und so, ja. Das, wird spannend, oder?
Ich erwische mich auch immer dann im April gar nicht so viele von den Songs zu hören, um mich nicht so satt zu hören, wenn man davor schon alles 10.000 Mal hört, dann beim Song Contest sowieso. Also der April, so März ist dann immer so eine Übergangsphase, ja, stimmt schon, ja.
Mhm. Ja, und es war, wie ich finde, eine ganz interessante Saison. Am Ende habe ich jetzt aber nicht den Eindruck, dass es der beste Jahrgang des Jahrzehnts wird.
Das glaube ich auch nicht, aber ich muss sagen, ich fühle mich manchmal, als wäre ich einer der wenigen, der trotzdem viele Songs findet, also ich höre sehr viele Songs sehr regelmäßig, wenn wir dann in den Messi-Jurys dann sprechen.
Nicht zu viel verraten.
Den Jahrgang, ich spoilere nicht, aber ich finde den Jahrgang nicht so schlecht, wie alle tun. Okay. Also ich finde manchmal, gefühlt jedes Jahr wird da irgendwie ein bisschen über den Jahrgang, gab es schon bessere.
Das ist Folklore.
Also es stimmt schon, dieses Jahr sind auch ein paar Songs dabei, wo ich denke, okay, aber ich habe auch meine Favorites, also so ist es nicht.
Was ich schon auch interessant fand am Anfang, ich meine, wir müssen ja sagen, der Eurovision Song Contest 2026 stand ja von Anfang an unter einem großen Schatten der Geopolitik und ich hatte dann irgendwie auch so ein bisschen die Angst, dass ganz viele Länder dann einfach überhaupt keinen Ehrgeiz an den Tag legen und keiner eigentlich gewinnen will, weil man irgendwie die Sache gar nicht in die eigene Stadt holen möchte. Wir sind jetzt auch, das stand gestern im Standard, da sind jetzt auch schon die Demonstrationen in Wien geplant, aber ich nehme an, die Polizei wird das hoffentlich alles unter Kontrolle haben, dass es da nicht zu Konflikten und zu Gewalt kommt. Das ist mir das Wichtigste. Demonstrationsrecht ist ja ein gutes demokratisches Recht. Nur denke ich mir halt, es gab einige Länder, da hatte ich, also da war der Ehrgeiz absolut zu spüren. Hallo Helsinki.
Also wir haben es schon mehrmals, meine Finnland-Liebe. Also ein ESC in Helsinki wäre halt einfach generell, schon seit Jahren denke ich mal in Finnland, wie würden die das machen, wenn schon der Vorentscheid so ausschaut, wie er ausschaut. Also ja, voll. Da gibt es immer wieder diese Länder, die dann so total viel Energie da reinstecken.
20 Jahre nach dem letzten Sieg, ne?
Ja, das war auch cool, ja.
Ja, also ich fand die Saison interessant. Du weißt, Sanremo ist ja immer mein persönlicher Höhepunkt. Gestern sind ja beide ein bisschen ausgefallen, nicht? Wir sind eigentlich die völligen falschen Hosts dieser Episode, weil du warst im Theater und ich war im Theater. Ja. Du warst in der Hedwig and the Angry Inch, genau.
Yes. Hab dann aber am Weg noch die Ergebnisse von Mello mir angeschaut, wie es ein guter ESC-Fan macht. Also,
ja, und ich war gestern im Burgtheater, das dauerte 4 Stunden und danach bin ich einfach nur ins Bett. Ja. Also das Ferienhaus von Simon Stone nach Ibsen, also war sehr schön. Aber man sieht, man hat ja auch ein Leben abseits von Eurovision und das ist ja auch wichtig.
Manchmal denke ich mir auch, desto älter ich werde, desto kürzer kommt mir diese ESC-Phase vor. Früher als Kind hat sich das immer ewig gestreckt und alles so lange gewartet. Jetzt hat man irgendwie selber was zu tun und dann geht es vielleicht auch darum ein bisschen schneller alles vorbei. Aber ja.
Auf meiner Playlist sind jetzt mal so 3, 4 Songs gelandet. Mal sehen, ob sich das reduziert oder noch erweitert. Ich bin auch schon gespannt auf die Merci-Juries natürlich und auch auf deine Meinungen.
Ja.
Was mir schon aufgefallen ist, ich finde, dass wir wieder eine ganz gute Mischung haben. Es gibt Rock, es gibt Balladen, es gibt Disco, Dancefloor, es gibt so ein bisschen Folklore-Elemente, es gibt den Ethnopop, es gibt Oper. Wir haben schon wieder eine Oper.
Ja.
Ich finde das eigentlich, und wenn man eines hat, schon wieder das, ja, das ist genau das, was wir am Anfang gesagt haben. Es gehört immer zu Eurovision. Wenn du 35, 36 Songs hast, ja, dann gibt es immer Lieder dabei, die man nicht mag.
Ja.
Das ist part of the game. Es wird auch irgendjemand Letzter werden müssen.
Ja. Und viele Sprachen. Also das finde ich immer cool. Ja. Wir haben auch schon geredet, aber Österreich halt wieder auf Deutsch und finde ich cool, dass viele sich jetzt mittlerweile auch wieder trauen, in ihren Sprachen zu singen.
Ja, ich auch. Und ich freue mich schon sehr auf die Merci-Jury. Wir haben schon 3 Jurys fix. Die 4., da sind wir noch am Verhandeln. Die Gagenvorstellungen sind doch unterschiedlich. Nein, wir haben natürlich kein Geld dafür. Aber jetzt bin ich schon mal gespannt auf deine Geschichte. Merci, Chérie, die kleine Song Contest-Geschichte am Schluss. Simon, was hast du mir da mitgebracht?
Ja, wir haben heute schon viel aus dem Land gehört, aus dem meine Geschichte kommt. Malta.
Okay.
Denn Malta ist tatsächlich eines der Länder, das fast jedes Jahr seit Anbeginn ihrer Teilnahme einen Vorentscheid abhält. Die einzige Ausnahme war 2021, da hat man ja für Destiny dann den Song intern ausgewählt, nachdem sie ja nicht ein Jahr davor das ausgefallen ist, der Song Contest. Ich erzähle jetzt aber die Geschichte eines Mannes, der sage und schreibe 3-mal den maltesischen Vorentscheid gewonnen hat, aber trotzdem nie am ESC teilnehmen konnte.
Oh, wow.
Enzo Guzman, der Arme. Beginnen wir mal von vorne, um das ein bisschen so das Bild zu malen. Also gerade die ersten Teilnahmen Maltas gingen mit einigen Hürden irgendwie einher. Also man hat 1971 dann schon das erste Mal teilgenommen, was ich eigentlich sehr früh finde für so ein kleines Land. Aber das ist da dem geschuldet, dass Malta bereits seit 1964 immer wieder Briefe an die EBU geschickt hat, indem sie halt quasi um eine Teilnahme gebettelt haben, wurden aber immer irgendwie eiskalt ignoriert und geghostet, was halt dadurch sie waren halt einfach kein EBU-Mitglied bis 1970, also das war da halt die Begründung, dass sie nicht teilnehmen konnten. Genau, 1971 hat es dann eben geklappt, aber schon vor dem ESC-Teilnahme hat Malta ein eigenes Songfestival gehostet, was dann später zum Vorentscheid wurde. 1966, also vor ihrer ersten Teilnahme, hat dann der Enzo Guzman dieses maltesische Songfestival gewonnen. Später hätte ihn das qualifiziert, zum ESC zu fahren. Da war noch zu früh dran und hat ihm quasi seine erste Teilnahme ein bisschen verspielt. Genau, 1971 haben sie dann eben teilgenommen. Sie sind aber dann direkt auf dem letzten Platz gelandet, Malta. Genauso wie 1972. Also gleich die ersten beiden Teilnahmen waren letzte Plätze. Das hat dann die Malteser ein bisschen abgeschreckt. Das Geld war auch knapp. 1973 haben sie dann gleich teilgenommen. 1974 war eigentlich der Plan, wieder hinzufahren. Sie haben wieder ihr Songfestival gehostet, wollten eigentlich mit einem Song zum Song Contest fahren. Und Enzo Guzman hat diesen Vorentscheid wieder gewonnen mit dem Song Peace in the World. Ich habe ihn vorher angehört, ich fand ihn gar nicht so schlecht. Er war ziemlich so rockig, also gerade für die 70er hat es für mich ziemlich modern angehört. Aber auch da hat man dann spontan entschieden, wir haben doch kein Geld mehr, irgendwie das Geld ist knapp, wir werden immer Letzter. Und hat dann gesagt, lieber Enzo, sorry, dieses Jahr wird's auch wieder nix. 1975 hat man dann tatsächlich teilgenommen, hat da quasi den 12. von 19 Plätzen belegt, also ein bisschen besser, aber ganz zufrieden waren wir auch nicht. Und 1976, Grande Finale für Enzo Guzman, Er hat wieder den Vorentscheid gewonnen, 1976 mit dem Song Sing Your Song, Country Boy. Wäre zum Song Contest gefahren, aber auch hier dasselbe Spiel wie 2 Jahre zuvor. Kein Geld, wir schneiden immer schlecht ab. Sorry, Enzo Guzman muss leider in Malta bleiben. Und es ist ein bisschen eine traurige Geschichte, weil er hat es danach noch 6 Mal probiert beim Vorentscheid und hat dann aber nie gewonnen. Und 2021 ist er mit 74 Jahren verstorben, ohne jemals auf der ESC-Bühne gestanden zu sein. Was er selbst, ich habe ein paar Interviews gefunden, ein paar wenige, auch sehr schade fand. Also er wäre da gerne hingefahren. Es gab dann 2018 einmal kurz Gerüchte, dass er wieder am Vorentscheid teilnehmen will, aber ich glaube, das war mehr irgendwie ein Witz des Internets, weil da war er auch dann irgendwie schon über 70 Jahre alt. Und ja, aber man sieht auch da wieder, selbst wenn er es nie zum ESC geschafft hat, ist Enzo Guzman ja dann doch irgendwie Teil von Song Contest Geschichte.
Ach, das ist eine traurige und irgendwie auch sehr schöne Geschichte. Ja. Und solche Geschichten kann irgendwie wirklich nur der Eurovision Song Contest schreiben, ne?
Ja, also mir tut er wahnsinnig leid. Ja. Aber
Ich habe jetzt beim Google auf jeden Fall gesehen, er hat eine kleine Statue auf Malta bekommen. Es gibt eine Statue im öffentlichen Raum. Ich finde, das hat er sich wirklich verdient.
Ja, auf jeden Fall.
Eigentlich hätte er mal so ein Special verdient, ja, so auf der ESC-Bühne. Ja.
So viel gibt's gar nicht zu ihm zu finden. Es war ein bisschen schwierig, aber ja, voll.
Ja, vielen Dank für diese Geschichte, mein Lieber. Und bitte. Wir hören uns wieder und wir sehen uns auch jetzt demnächst ja öfter, würde ich mal meinen. Ja, die Saison ist in full swing. Ja.
Yes. Merci, Chérie, bin schon sehr gespannt.
Genau. Bis dahin sagen wir nicht Merci, Jury, sondern Merci, Chérie.
Missing Link